Ang lahat ng drama, ang lahat ng tawanan, musika at anong paman. Magkakasama pa rin tayo mga kalamaw. Sa lungkot at ligaya, kami pa rin ang iyong paboritong tambayan. Broadcasting live from TVH Group of Networks. Ang iyong hipilan, ang iyong tahanan. Number 1 sa Mega Manila.
You are listening to Cool FM. Live from Cool Studios. This is Cool News at 4.
Good afternoon, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. It is now 4:01 p.m. and you are listening right here on koolNews Nationwide and on News Radio 93.1, where we share the latest stories that care for you. Let's begin with our top headlines. Well, that news just came in, and it's in fact the first one here, so let's begin with the first one here. As looking forward to the module. Let's begin with the first one. As Speaker for the Martin Romy on Thursday urged Vice President Sara Duterte to show up at the House prop into her office fund if she feels bad about her personal having to answer questions on confidential fund expenses. In an interview on the sidelines of the Bago Pilipinas Servicio Fair in Albay Province, Romy Aldes was asked about Duterte's recent statement that the biggest challenge for her now is seeing Office of the Vice President officials supposedly being dragged into attempts to persecute her. Then she should have shown up and taken the oath and talked and explained because all of her officials don't seem to know. I think it's only her who knows what happened with the funds, he said in Filipino. That's why she should explain. She should not give this responsibility to the officials. I hope she talks, he added. Ako Bicol Party List Representative Raul Angelo Pungalon and one rather Party List Representative Raman Rodrigo Gutierrez aired the same sentiments, saying that Duterte should just show up at the hearings. These allegations and accusations will finally be settled if the good Vice President will appear before the Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability because like what happened yesterday, no less than the Chief of Staff of the OVP was saying that she did not have anything to do with the confidential fund issue, Bongalon said. If it will apply the process of elimination, it's really Gina Acosta, Lawel Antonio, the Fojata couple, and of course the Office of the Vice President, the head of the agency, which is VP Sara. They are the only ones who can give clarity to the questions raised by our fellow committee members, he added. For Gutierrez, Duterte's claim is that she is being persecuted as unfair since the House panel is only doing its job. We have seen where the questions are coming from. These do not come out of the blue, he added. So that's why we're having these questions thrown at her officials. Number one solution for them not to feel persecuted, according to them, is for them to fully participate. I don't think it wouldn't drag so long. Duterte on Wednesday said the biggest challenge for her now is seeing politicians destroy even staffers just to get ahead of the opponents. Actually, my colleagues in the OVP, if you can just see them, their situation is pitiful. They were dragged into moves to persecute me. Their work and names are affected. As I said, I am a politician and politicians would really destroy your name because there's a race. To gain an advantage against opponents, they would really destroy their political competition, Duterte claimed. But my colleagues at the OVP are not politicians. They are not even political officers. They were just accustomed to working. That's really the delineation for the office. I am the politician. They work for the government. That's also the reason why even our central office is being politicized, she added. During Wednesday's hearing of the Committee on Good Government and Public Accountability, several OVP officials, including Duterte's Chief of Staff Undersecretary Lulica Lopez were quizzed over the following issues involving CF expenditures. A person with the same name signing on OVP and the Department of Education CF acknowledgement receipts but having same different signatures. Lopez and OVP Director for Administrative and Financial Services Rosalind Sanchez denying knowledge of CF disbursements despite Lopez signing OVP's responses to CF-related issues. High improbability of several disbursements across the country being made in a single day. OVP allegedly hiding staffers involved in CF disbursements. At the end of the hearing, Lopez was cited for contempt for undue interference as she wrote a letter asking the Commission on Audit to refrain from releasing audit observation to the House. According to a city teachers party list, Representative Francis Castro, had the COA adhered to the request, it would have prevented the House from prompting OVP's records. Meanwhile, opposition Senator Risa Hontiveros is ready to argue against increasing the 2025 budget of the Office of the Vice President. Speaking at the regular Capienza Senado on Thursday, Hontiveros expressed her belief that the 733.1 million pesos budget for Vice President Senator Duterte's office is already enough. She said, I think the proposed budget level for the OVP is sufficient. Other OVPs in previous administrations have already operated at that level. Malacanang's budget proposal for the OVP was 2.03 billion pesos, but it was slashed by 1.3 billion pesos in the House of Representatives. The House version was adopted by the Senate, but this amount is still subject to changes during the period of amendments in the plenary. According to Hontiveros, she did not even change the House version, which she said contains OVP programs that look like a repetition of the existing programs of other agencies. The senator said, I think it's important to note that the 10 million pesos for the self-altered book to be distributed is really hard to justify as appropriate. The 10 million pesos was part of the OVP's budget proposal for the publication of a children's book written by Duterte. So I already tried to support the current level of the OVP budget. I don't think it needs to be changed, Hontiveros added. At the proper time, she said she would argue that the 733 million pesos budget for the OVP is already adequate. As of today, I would vote against adding to the OVP budget for the reasons I stated, unless there is really a super duper good reason that could still convince me, the senator said. Duterte earlier warned that the reduced budget of her office could result in the job loss of 200 contract of service personnel. Thought about this, Hontiveros said she does not also want any government worker to lose his or her job. I will ask for the details of the reason and weigh it, and a super good reason, she said. And the local government units are liable should they fail to detect the operations of Philippine offshore gaming operators in their jurisdiction, Senator Risa Hontiveros said on Thursday following reports that focus on masking to operations to avoid apprehension. Hontiveros was commenting on Interior Secretary John Vic Remula's statement that some focus were trying to circumvent the Poco ban by disguising themselves as restaurants and resorts. LGUs have liabilities, and even the DILG and other departments mentioned in the hearing that they are looking forward to the amendment of the local government code to strengthen the power of the DILG and LGUs to identify, investigate, prompt, and discipline local government officials who are providing legal cover to programs, Hontiveros said at the Capienza Senado forum. Before Remula's disclosure, Multiverse flagged the alarming trend of emerging guerrilla scam operations allegedly taking over the presence of Pogues. During President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.'s third State of the Nation address last July, he announced the Pogo ban and subsequently ordered the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation to wind down and stop Pogo operations by the end of the year. It is now 4:10 p.m. as we will return with more news headlines that you need to know right here on Cool News at 4. So stay along with us. We will be right back.
This Cool News edition was brought to you by Your Ace Supermarket, ang budget-friendly supermarket ng Pilipinas. Now in 6,900 locations around the Philippines and Southeast Asia. Katips Hot Dog, amoy na amoy ang sarap. Kids can tell. MX3 Natural Supplements, verified with alpha, beta, and gamma mangosteen. MX3, tunay, natural at original. Neutral Light Style Low-Fat Milk Powder. So good you'll float. Product excellence of Hongsang. CFB. Express the freedom of banking. Open your account today at CFB. A member of Crosslink and supervised by the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas. And Musicultura Heritage Foundation Center, a museum of all fan-made multimedia and Philippine history. Visit us today at Greenbelt, Makati City from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Musicultura, a non-profit joint venture project of Able Media and TVH Group of Networks Incorporated.
Magalang, pundasyon ng mabuting tao. Tinuturuan natin ang mga kabataan na igalang ang mga nakakatanda.
Ano po, Lolo?
Ang paggamit ng po at opo, nagpapakita ng respeto at pagmamahal. Ayon sa Ephesians 6:1. Mga anak, sundin ninyo ang inyong mga magulang sa Panginoon. Magalang, ikaw ang M-Extraordinary Pinoy. Brought to you by MX3 Coffee and Tea.
Babala sa publiko. Pinababatid ng National Telecommunications Commission o NTC sa publiko na may natatanggap itong mga ulat tungkol sa mga taong nagpapanggap di umano na tauhan o empleyado ng NTC. Ayon sa ilang ulat na natatanggap ng NTC Consumer Welfare and Protection Division, ang mga scammer ay tumatawag sa biktima at tatakutin na ang numero nito ay sangkot sa isang scam. Ang nasabing biktima ay hihikayatin na magbigay ng pera upang hindi na masampahan ng kasong kriminal at matanggal sa listahan ng mga nang-i-scam ang numero nito. Madiin ay pinapaalahanan ng NTC ang publiko na ibayong mag-ingat mula sa ganitong uri ng modus. Ito ay isang uri din ng scam at hindi lehitimo ang mga tawag na ito. Kung may impormasyon sa ganitong uri ng scam, maaaring ipaalam sa NTC upang magawan agad ng karampatang aksyon. Pagbigay alam ang ganito o iba pang uri ng mga scam sa mga susunod na opisyal na mekanismo ng NTC. Complaint links sa www.ntc.gov.ph. Mag-email sa contratextcam@ntc.gov.ph. Consumer@ntc.gov.ph. Pagtawag sa 1682 24/7 Consumer Hotline at sa mga numerong 892-04464, 892-67722, and 892-13251 mula 8 a.m. hanggang 5 p.m. Lunes hanggang Biyernes. Nagpapasalamat ang NTC sa mga miyembro ng publiko na nagpabatid tungkol sa nasabing uri ng panloloko.
Kahit always blooming bango sa Surf and Go. New Surf Captain Fresh and Blue. May 3 times amoy pawis shield. Kaya kahit always blooming bango sa Surf and Go. Based on lab test and select fabric versus detergent powder only. Surf!
Get PLDT Home Unreal for a chance to win 1 million pesos. See website for details. Promo runs from August 1 to October 31, 2024 for DTI FTEB number 199284 series of 2024. Get PLDT Home Unreal for a chance to win 1 million pesos. See website for details. Promo runs from August 1 to October 31, 2024 for DTI FTEB number 199284 series of 2024.
Hirap magpahinga? May mga gamot para dyan, pero relax. Mag-Efficacent Oil. Sa unang amoy at hagod, ramdam ang ginhawa na trusted by all. Unahin ang trusted ginhawa. Unahin ang Efficacent.
Methyl salicylate plus menthol plus camphor is a generic name of Efficacent Oil. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Life refreshingly sweet with Senegal flavored beer. Minsan sabaw na feeling the feeling. Call someone sweet and refreshing. Life refreshingly sweet with Senegal flavored beer. Oh, let's bang araw at ang feeling ay sad. We don't like that. With your friends you can refresh, so enjoy lahat. We all like that.
Maria's here. Make life refreshingly sweet with San Miguel flavored beer. Available in apple, lemon, and lychee. Drink responsibly.
Tek, pabili po ng 2 Nor Chicken cubes.
O, eto.
Ha? Isa lang po to ah.
Doble yan! Ang Nor Cubes ay may doble-doble! Nor Cubes doble! 2 for 10 lang yan! Sulit na sulit! Mapapaulit! Nor Cubes doble pack! Ang sarap-sarap ng doble-doble with Nor Cubes doble pack! 2 cubes for 10 pesos SRP lang.
Also available in pork.
Promo lasts from January 2, 2024 to January 1, 2025 per DOH FDA CRR permit number 1589 series of 2023.
Mommy, may aircon na tayo sa CR?
Safeguard Arctic Fresh lang yan, nak. May cooling bango. At patay ang 99.9% of germs sa tested bacteria. Yung ibang sabon, hanggang lamig lang. Ito, may germ protection.
Oh, Mommy, wag na tayo bibili ng iba ha. Dito lang tayo sa Safeguard Arctic Fresh. Shoo away germs. Safeguard Arctic Fresh. Germs off, air can cool on.
Results may vary.
Would you like to be the best version of yourself? Then start now. We always got your back when it comes to keeping your skin healthier and glowing. Take care of your skin even more with Glutaflex soap with moisture magnet. An ultra mild 2-in-1 face and body soap bar. Mino-moisturize ang dry skin. Nililinis ang skin without irritation. Inaalis ang dark spots. At pinapaputi ang skin. Iba ang ganda. Kapag maganda ang skin, start your year right with Glutaflex soap with moisture magnet. Lovable and free.
Coco Martin po, certified Argentina corned beef lover. Kasi naman, ang hibla, malaman. Made with 100% real beef pa. At masarap talaga. Hinahanap-hanap kita. Sarap ng Argentina. Sa presyong abot kaya, promise. Busog ang araw-araw ko. As part of 3 complete meals.
Passes the ball, and wow! That's a slam dunk!
Ma, paglaki ko, gusto kong maging basketball player.
Game! Oh, Star Rice at kulay kapanak. May Star Margarine yan.
Ubus ko na. Meron pa po ba, Ma?
Parang basketball player ka na kumain na.
Slam dunk sa sarap eh.
Dagdag sustansya rap with Star Margarine. Tulad ng vitamins A, B, E, and iodine. Star Margarine. Mas abot ang pangarap. Sabayan ng tamang diet and exercise.
Protection
Yakult!
with 8 billion live LCS
Yakult!
that may reach the intestines alive.
Yakult!
Helps improve digestion and boost immunity.
Yakult!
With proper diet and exercise,
Yakult!
Kaya panalo ka dyan.
Namiss kita. Ikaw pa rin ang hinahanap-hanap ko. Alam ko you're still the one. Buti na lang, mas affordable na versus previous price. Ang best tasting creamer para sa kape mo. Coffee Mate.
May immunity gap ba ang anak mo?
Ha? Immunity gap?
Si Angel, ang hirap pakainin.
Si Mela, pabalik-balik ang sakit.
Si Tuto ang tagal gumaling.
Immunity gap na yan. Help stop immunity gap. Palaging mag-Selene Plus. Tulong para 100% ang immunity. Based on RENI with proper diet, exercise, and vaccination. Help stop immunity gap. Mag-Selene Plus. Araw-araw.
Alagang Unilab yan. Ascorbic acid plus zinc is the generic name of Selene Plus. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Mas matindi na ang init at ulan ngayon, kaya dapat Elastosil na with Solasomer 3X formula. UV resistant, puno na flexible premium polymers. Matibay, 3 times sa tumatagal. Versus competing brand. Tag-init o tag-ulan, Elastosil mo yan. Pioneer, do it right.
You're listening to Cool FM.
#1 sa Mega Manila.
Nationwide pa!
Welcome back to Cool News at 4. Let's continue with our headlines. The Philippines is bound to honor the conditions set by Indonesia in allowing the transfer of Mary Jane Veloso back to the country, including the serving of her sentence, the national government said Thursday. However, the Department of Justice and the Department of Foreign Affairs said the conditions for Veloso's transfer are still being discussed. We are about to honor the conditions that would be set for the transfer, particularly the service of sentence by Mary Jane in the Philippines, safety death penalty, which is prohibited under our laws, the DOJ and the DFA said in a joint statement. The conditions for the transfer of Ms. Mary Jane Veloso are still being discussed with Indonesia, it added. On Wednesday, when President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. announced that the Philippine and Indonesian governments agreed to bring Veloso back to Manila after 10 years of diplomacy and consultation regarding her case. Veloso was arrested in 2010 at Atisusito International Airport in Yogyakarta after she was found in a possession of more than 2.6 kilograms of heroin. She, however, maintained that she was unaware of the contents of her luggage as it was only given by her recruiters as Julius Lacanilaw and Maria Cristina Saguio. Veloso was then sentenced to death but was spared in 2015 after Philippine officials then asked then Indonesian President Joko Widodo to allow her to testify against members of a human and drug smuggling syndicate in Manila. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. on Thursday led the distribution of certificates of good donation with release of mortgage to agricultural reform beneficiaries in this province, which is Baloco, Pampanga, freeing them from 206.38 million pesos lent on motorization. In a ceremony held at the Don Honorio Ventura State University in Bacolor, Marcos spearheaded the awarding of 2,939 COCOMs to 2,487 ARBs. 30 certificates of land ownership awards were also awarded to 28 ARBs to solidify their ownership of the lands they tilled. The distribution of COC ROMs is mandated by Republic Act number 11953 or the new Agrarian Emancipation Act, which frees the ARBs from paying loans and other debts related to their land. May our offering today serves as an inspiration for a new chapter in your lives, where not only you and your family will progress, even the whole country will be with you in your success, Marcos said. This is my appeal. Let us unite in planting the seeds of hope for the new Philippines, he added. Meanwhile, during his 8th meeting with the Private Sector Advisory Council, Agriculture Sector in Malacanan on Wednesday, Marcos urged state universities and colleges to shift the focus of agriculture students to seed production to help boost agricultural productivity in the country. The farmers can take care of the actual growing of seedlings. These new agronomists, agriculturalists, can be the ones doing seed production, he said. A total of 9 informants will split the 1.8 million pesos reward from the Philippine National Police for providing information that led to the arrest of 9 most wanted criminals. The informants received the reward in civil rights at the PNP Intelligence Training Group in Camp Carmen, Quezon City on November 15, the PNP said in news release Thursday. Police Brigadier General West Raimundo Opinuk, PNP Director for Intelligence, said the information provided by the tipsters resulted in the capture of fugitives involved in serious crimes such as murder, rape, homicide, and illegal possession of firearms. This initiative demonstrates the PNP's dedication to collaborating with citizens to ensure the safety and security of the nation, he added. OpenK said the rights recognized the bravery of the informants and underscored the essential role each individual plays in upholding law and order, creating a safer environment for all Filipinos. He said the captured criminals who had long evaded justice are now facing legal proceedings, marking a significant step forward in the PNP's campaign against criminality. Police General Romeo Francisco Marbel, PNP chief, has earlier emphasized the importance of community collaboration in law enforcement. He said that PNP's monetary reward system is a key component of its strategy to encourage public involvement in addressing security-related threats, serving as both an incentive and a testament to the vital partnership between law enforcement and the community. Defense Secretary Cubo Tudor Jr. is aiming for an enhanced government disaster response via the Interagency Coordinating Cell. Teodoro issued Memorandum Number 355-2024 directing the National Disaster Risk Reduction and Management Council and its office and member agencies to adopt the IACC. Teodoro, as Chief of the Department of National Defense, also sits as Chairperson of the NDRRMC. The establishment of the IACC marks a crucial step in our collective efforts to enhance our disaster response capabilities, he said in a statement released by the Office of Civil Defense on Thursday, November 21. By fostering collaboration among agencies, we can ensure a swift and effective response to any disaster situation that may arise, he added. According to the OCD, IACC refers to a multi-agency platform that provides operational and tactical support to NDRRMC and its member agencies. It aims to provide a common operational picture for all government agencies and disaster response organizations and serve as a venue for collaborative risk assessment and planning. The IACC was also tasked to facilitate information management between agencies for prompt and informed decision-making and continuously monitor and assess real-time situational updates to issue timely warnings to communities, local government units, and the general public. Teodoro will head the national ICC, while the OCD regional directors will head the regional IACCs. The OCD will facilitate all activities within IACC and encourage member agencies to convene in the NDRRMC or the RRMC Emergency Operations Center as necessary. It was on November 5 when Teodoro first announced the reconvening of the IACC as the national government prepared for the potential impact of Typhoon Marcel. And finally, getting onto the very interesting situation between the US DOJ and Google. The US government late Wednesday asked a judge to order the dismantling of Google by selling its widely used Chrome browser in a major antitrust crackdown on the internet giant. In a court filing, the US Department of Justice urged a shake-up of Google's business that includes betting deals for Google to be the default search engine on smartphones and preventing it from exploiting its Android mobile operating system. Antitrust officials said in a filing that Google should also be made to sell Android and proposed remedies don't prevent the tech company from using its control of the mobile operating system to its advantage. Calling for the breakup of Google marks a profound change by the US government's regulators, which have largely left tech giants alone since failing to break up Microsoft 2 decades ago. Google is expected to make its recommendations in the filing next month, and both sides will make the case at the hearing in April before U.S. District Court Judge Ahmed Mehta. Regardless of Judge Mehta's eventual decision, Google is expected to appeal the ruling, prolonging the process for years and potentially leaving the final say to the U.S. Supreme Court. The case could also be upended by the arrival of President-elect Donald Trump to the White House in January. His administration will likely replace the current team in charge of the DOJ's antitrust division. The newcomers could choose to carry on with the case, ask for the settlement with Google, or abort the case altogether. Trump has blown hot and cold in how to handle Google and the dominance of big tech companies. He has accused the search engine of bias against conservative content, but has also signaled that a forced breakup of the company would be too large, a demand by the US government. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now 4:29 p.m. and that is it for Cool News at 4. As always, we will return at 4 p.m. for more news and headlines. 6 p.m. And you can also get in touch with us for your comments, suggestions, and feedback at tvh.philippines.news@gmail.com. Until later at 6, I am Caro, and this is Cool News. Take care and mabuhay. Good afternoon.